Hello, hello, hello. It's Christine Trainor talking to you from New Westminster, British Columbia, Canada. How's everybody doing today on the 7th day of February, the 7th day of the second month of the new decade? I said it again. So I hope you're doing well. And as I continue my series on my daily thoughts today, and it's Friday, and of course I always say never give up Friday. So what are my thoughts today, like I want to share with you today on this day, how I can expand the topic of never give up? Well, here's one thing I want to say, and it's part of the quotes that I was looking at before. And it kind of says it, but I'll just extend it. Everything comes to you at the right time. Be patient and trust in the process. And I always say, remember, no matter how much it hurts right now, one day you'll look back and realize it made you stronger. So don't give up, don't give in. Keep getting up, keep moving forward. And why am I sharing this with you today, guys, is because I want to tell you a short story about my husband, Masood, a man from Iran, who didn't give up in a lot of ways in his life. Like, remember the way life is in Iran, right? He has family back there who he takes good care of. Sorry, guys, I had another bad hair day, so I'm wearing my beautiful Buddha gear again with the Namaste symbol. Back to what I'm saying. I want to share a little bit about Masood and why I'm very impressed and adored him so many times in my life. Now, we've been together for almost 22 years. But here's the story back when he was young and he was living in Iran. He never really was fond of the government when it became the Muslim regime, right? And he fought tooth and nails. And you know what? He ended up going to jail. He was put in jail. He was tortured in jail. He was in jail for almost 4 years of his life because he was against the government. But he said even when he was in jail, he met wonderful people. He never gave up. He never gave up on knowing that he'd get out of jail and get out of it, because he believed in something. He believed in something beautiful. He believed in himself. He believed in the people of Iran, and so he continued on with his life as he was in jail, and he was tortured a few times. I mean, I remember, here's an example of him waking up in the middle of the night sometimes, and he'd be crying. He'd be like, oh, because he probably had some memories from it. But you know what I think I love about him? It's because regardless of what happened then, he still moves on and moves forward every day of his life really well. He looks back on that as just his past. That's what happened when he was young, but he's proud of himself for not giving up, even when he was in jail, and even though he was being tortured in jail, for what he stood for. I mean, here's a man that I've known for over 23 years, and I've always seen every part of what he did. Every time something would go wrong in his life, he would get up and he'd get moving. And I'm always still at awe how he is in life, because he stands straight. He moves forward. I mean, he's had a couple of bad years where he is a little outspoken. And so he was sort of canned a few times from certain jobs because he stands up for the little man. He never gives up on that. He believes in everybody around him. He believes in the people. He believes in me. He just doesn't like the kind of work I do online. But he believes in who I am, and he loves me very much. And he doesn't give up on me. He's very strong with me. He's very strict with me. He wants me to do better in my life. So even though he's not a big fan of what I'm doing, he's kind of poo-pooing it, he still stands by me, and he loves me, and he doesn't give up on me as a person. And that's what I call a strong belief in who you are as a person. A strong, a strength that a person should have. And even though they've been knocked down and knocked down and knocked down a million times, they still get up. They still get moving. They don't stop just because he didn't stop, even though he was in jail. He got out of jail. He had a few harsh years because in Iran, they don't look up. They still say if you are against the government, but just, you're still. Long story short about that, guys, he ended up escaping from Iran, so he didn't get a passport. And he brought his sister to Canada. And they went to Pakistan, and then they went to Canada, and he lived in Ontario before he came here. Now here's a man who refused to give up on the fact that he barely spoke English. He took English courses. He went to English events. He did everything, but everybody spoke English because he refused to not learn English. And his English is beautiful. I must say, we get along. I mean, sometimes you forget certain words in English, but, he says it's not that hard to translate from Farsi to English when he speaks to me now, because he works with people who speak English. So that's why I'm so impressed by Sweet Masood, because here's a man that didn't give up on our relationship, even though it is can be hard because I can put him through the ringer. But I'm a strong-willed woman too, and I haven't given up on my life either, even though the past decade of my 50s was a very hard 10 years through the surgeries and through the cancer and through the osteoarthritis and through all the issues. And the fact that it was hard, darndest for me to find work. And I chose to start all over again and work online in the first time of my life. I think through his encouragement and love for me, I never gave up and I never gave in and I never will. Sure, at times can be exhausting. I mean, today I have a bit of a headache in my eye because I got myself emotionally stressed out when I was scammed last week, and that almost threw me through the roof. But I didn't. Even though I fell hard because I was scammed by somebody, I got right back up, back on my feet, and I said, "This is not going to stop me from getting through my life, getting through this hardships," because when you have somebody that stands by you, offline or online, you can get through anything in your life. Don't give up. It's like the year I was hiking, I was a beautiful hiker, right? I went hiking for a year, for a whole year. I think I shared this before, but this is the story I wanted to share with you. The reason why I decided to go hiking, because I wanted to see how strong I can be, how strong I can get up that mountain and enjoy everything, surroundings. And then, I did it for 3 days a week, all the 4 seasons for a year. And I went to the back country of the mountain, and I did so much. And believe me, I was in the process of having some issues with my knees even then, but I struggled and I kept moving, and I didn't give up, and I'd get up that mountain until I reached the top where it was a beautiful chalet, and with my backpack and my water and my lunch, and I would just embrace the fact that I did it. Even though I was exhausted, I was feeling empowered that I did it. So it's like that mountain that I'm still climbing every day of my life. I'll get there, and I'll be proud to get there. So this is what I want to share today on this, my Friday, my Don't Give Up Friday. And yes, I'm a little emotional because I really wanted to share this with you all today, my lovely friends. Don't give up. Don't give in. It's like the mountain I climbed for a whole year. I kept getting there. I kept climbing, and I got to the top, and I was proud of myself because I did it. It's the same as in life. The mountain of life. Keep walking, keep climbing up as I continue on with my everyday, and I get there. I shout to the mountaintop when I have small successes. I'm thankful for that. I get up and get moving when failures occur, things start to happen, and I fall to the ground. I get up and I keep moving, and we all can do that in our life. As I still to this day have many struggles, I'm still climbing that mountain, and I'm going to get to the success. If it takes me time, I'm a steady climber. I'll get there. So this is what I want to share with you all today, my lovely friends. Keep climbing that mountain. You'll get to your success. Don't give up. Whatever life throws you, you can become successful. Okay, guys, don't give up. Don't give in. I love you all, my sweet friends, on this, my daily thoughts of Don't Give Up Friday. Bye.